You know,
Well, Emily, it is great to have you here.
Well, it's good to be here.
Yeah. I have a couple of questions for you, and then
Okay.
at the very end, please know, or even midway through, if a question kind of pops up in your mind, do not hesitate to ask me. But I would like to get to know a little bit more about you. I feel like I know some, but I would like to take it to a whole nother level. So tell me a little bit about your educational experiences and some of your qualifications first.
Okay, well, I do attend Oklahoma Wesleyan, as you already know. Some of the classes I've taken most of the psychology classes in. What really got me into building bridges was I took circles and building bridges here. It kind of opened your mind up to things, or my mind up to things that I didn't really know about, that I didn't really know existed. So that really helped me out a lot. I also practicum with building bridges, and that's kind of gotten me into like a deeper level of seeing the people and really going behind the scenes. And I'll be graduating next May, so.
Great. It's just right around the corner.
It is.
Not that far away. Describe to me your ideal position, a position that you would like to fill.
Well, I would love to I help people. I love working with kids and working with and seeing their parents interact together. And a lot of what building bridges has shown me is that people have a lot of stereotypes, and I personally had stereotypes of people in poverty or people in low income, and it's really turned it into not having a stereotype but wanting to help those people and seeing them thrive and seeing just the littlest things can help them. And that's really what I would love to do, is to just help those people succeed in any way I can. And I'd love to be, I love having a position where you are in control of whether those people succeed or not, and getting them the services that they need and getting them people in there, like allies, getting them people in there and seeing it go from point A to point B to point C, and seeing it really blossom into a relationship and those people really being self-sufficient.
So you've talked a lot about building bridges.
Yes.
So let's talk more specifically on what type of trainings or other job opportunities you've had to go across socioeconomic lines, because that's going to be a lot of the field that you're going into. You're going to be dealing with a lot of population of all ages from all different sectors.
Right. Well, I do also work at the Boys and Girls Club, and that's helped me see the child part of it. I've worked in daycares where you see all different types of people. That's pretty much it.
What has been the most challenging situation when you talk about Boys and Girls Club and working even with building bridges or any of those type of things? What has been the most challenging? Has there been something that's really comes to your mind?
Yes, actually. A lot of the times I come from, a middle class background, and you don't really know about the stereotypes until you really get into it. And working at the Boys and Girls Club, you see kids and you kind of have they're come from low income, and you kind of already have a stereotype, and you can feel yourself, until you recognize that you're having a stereotype. And having the classes and going to building bridges is really it helps you see that you have stereotypes and that people from different social classes are different, and it really helps you to break down the stereotypes and know that, everyone's different. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. So it kind of helps you to not have that, it breaks down that stereotype, which helps you in the long run and helps them, because you can connect with them better if you're not constantly thinking, oh my gosh, this is just, another poor kid or whatever, So it kind of helps you break down those stereotypes.
Right. So tell us about a project that you've completed that demonstrates your ability to work well with others.
Let's see. I have my practicum with building bridges. That's one of the recent ones. Is I had to call people from Grace Community Church, and I had to kind of rein them in to be an ally. And I kind of got to see it from a certain point, and then from them coming to the trainings and then coming to building bridges and kind of seeing that blossom into what it is today.
That's great. Okay. So describe for us your characteristic of either a supervisor or a professor that you really admire or like.
Well, one of my professors, Delaney Fisher, I really admire her because she she has 4 kids, and she has a bachelor's in writing or English, and now when she's in her 40s, she's now going back and getting her master's, and she has a degree in psychology, and she's just well-rounded, and she has a family, and I just admire her for being such a strong woman and independent.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So that is all the questions that I have currently right now. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I know that the job, is circle coach, but can you kind of walk me through like a daily schedule, or do you have an office? Do you come in, or do you just work on the fly, or what kind of schedule are we looking at?
That particular position is an 8 to 5 position. Yes, there is an office that you come into, and a lot of what you did in your practicum is just one aspect of what a circles coach would do.
Right.
So that ally recruitment is one of those things. So you see it from that perspective, but now you get an opportunity as a circles coach to kind of see it from a whole nother perspective, which is from the circle leaders, the actual someone from generational poverty. And part of what we do is not only is that pairing, is helping the communication and making that relationship successful, but we also look at their SMART goals and make sure that people are continuously moving forward and making sure they have the resources they need. And getting in, if one of their goals is to give back to school, what you want to make sure is that team, not that you come in and do it for that individual, but that team is focusing in on that goal. And that team has the knowledge and the skill sets to be able to make that a reality.
Okay.
And so that's, I think, one of many aspects of it. Yeah.
Well, I noticed, on the job description, it was kind of just a lot of things, so I just want to, narrow it down to see exactly what it was.
Yeah. There's a lot of training that goes involved that you would receive in this particular position. Okay. So it's not something we would throw you into. It's almost a full month of training before we actually have you start in meeting with clientele and meeting for that particular reason, which is prepared as you possibly can. We'll talk about the stereotypes much more in detail.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about what that specifically, you'll learn every aspect of that job before you have to start to implement the model.
Gotcha.
Throughout. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you.
You bet. Any other questions?
Nope, that's it. You answered all of them.
Well, you've been a delight. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.